Hi, it's Texas. Thanks for watching CBS 19 Plus. We're wrapping up the final Friday in May. Can you believe it? Something interesting about Fridays in May. They've been sort of warm here with above average highs each and every one of those Fridays. 91, the warmest temperature we've seen so far this month, and that was just last Friday when we hit that number. Then we had a number of cool days. In fact, we've had 10 days where the temperatures have been below average this month. And as we head through the weekend and into the final few days of May, we might have a couple of more of those. Of course, we have less humidity thanks to a storm system that's out to our east and an area of high pressure to our west. And then we'll eventually see more cloud cover here as we head into Monday night and Tuesday. And so with the cloud cover and a few scattered showers and thunderstorms, Tuesday the 30th could be a day where we see temperatures a little bit below average, and then we'll round out the month also with the potential to see temperatures below average. But when it's all said and done, when we take all the morning lows, daytime highs, add them together, divide them up, our average temperature for the month is just about 2 degrees above average. All right, let's take a look at the rest of the month and into June here. Overnight lows is where we'll start. The average low is 67. We'll be below average Saturday morning, Sunday morning, and again Monday morning, and then temperatures will be fairly seasonable to end May and even start June. And as June begins, we see temperatures beginning to warm to around 70 degrees by the first weekend in June. And that first weekend in June could also include some scattered showers and thunderstorms. How about the 10-day high temperature trend in East Texas? The average high is 86. We'll see above average highs through this weekend, the final weekend of May, and then the final few days of May will also be a little bit above average except for Tuesday, and this is the day we have the best chance of rain is on Tuesday when it's 85. By Friday the 2nd, we're up to 90 degrees. Saturday, Sunday, highs in the upper 80s, mid 80s by the first Monday of June. So temperatures above all here in the next 10 days. A little bit above average. All right, weekend forecast. Memorial Day weekend is upon us. Saturday should be a very nice day. Low humidity, I think that'll be the key. A cool morning with temperatures in the 60s. A sunny, warm afternoon with highs in the upper 80s. Sunday, we may start to notice a little more humidity. Clouds will be increasing by the end of the day. Sunday night, perhaps a chance for a couple of showers, but it's a small chance. Otherwise, that high Sunday approaches 88 after those morning lows are around 63. All right, rainfall reports. And again, this will be the final weekend of what we consider the climatological spring, or yes, climatological spring. Why do I say that? Because summer begins astronomically on June 21st. But meteorologically speaking, we start looking at more summer-like weather patterns beginning the 1st of June. That continues for the whole month of June, July, and August. Then in September, right around the 1st, we start to experience more fall-like weather patterns, and the temperatures begin to represent or feel more like fall, even in the early days of September. So anyway, all that said, to point out that since March 1st, we've had 11.5 inches of rainfall. In fact, here in Tyler, it has not rained in the last 11 days. Or Longview, now 11 days without rain, and Lufkin has been sitting at 16.75 of an inch for quite some time. For the springtime, we are above average. That is good. And for the year, above average. In fact, Lufkin is still about 4.25 inches above average. This is important because we get something called the swamp cooler effect as we get into June. When you have the soil that's moist, as warm air moves over top of that let's say wetter soil, that evaporative process of evaporating that moisture out of the ground is actually a cooling process, and it cools the air above that. So last summer, we were very dry headed into June, and we instantly felt those temperatures climbing into the mid and upper 90s. With the above average rainfall of spring, it will take a little longer for that warming to take place. We have some rain chances coming up. We'll need a little bit just to keep that ground wet enough to keep that swamp cooler effect going deeper into June. All right, so Saturday, Sunday, no chance of rain. Monday, 40% chance of rain. It's really late afternoon or maybe even Monday evening. Tuesday, 40% chance of rain. This could even go a little bit higher. We'll look at that data and reassess that for you. 30% chance of rain Wednesday. It looks like the rain chances start to to go down a little bit Thursday and Friday, but then they'll ramp back up for that first weekend of June. All right, here's Future Skycast. Saturday afternoon looks fantastic. Northeast winds. This is less humid air coming in here. Temperature around 85 degrees, 84 at Henderson, 86 at Nacogdoches. You see these little blips here trying to represent maybe an isolated shower. You couldn't rule it out, but it's not likely. And then Sunday morning, it's a little warmer. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. Now we have an east-southeast wind on Sunday. So the humidity begins to rise just a little bit. Notice the direction that it's moving. It's moving back toward an area of low pressure out to the west. Head into Sunday afternoon, showers approaching the DFW. We should be dry here Sunday afternoon. Again, our in-house computer model perhaps overplaying it a little bit, but trying to bring up an isolated shower. If there is a chance, it's about a 10% chance, and that is all. So not worth posting on the weather maps for sure, but worth a mention just verbally to talk about it. Monday morning, temperatures are in the mid-60s, Longview at 65 degrees, Palestine around 70, Crockett around 70 degrees. Memorial Day itself should be dry through the first half of the day. By late afternoon, with temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, there will be a chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms to form and then move across the area. And then, as I said, Tuesday, we will have a better chance of rain. Rainfall outlook over the next 7 days. All right, so this is the 7-day outlook. And you can see here, if you take a look at the contours, match that up with the legend, you're generally looking at 1/100 of an inch, 1/10 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. So through the next 3 days, what does that look like? No rain in East Texas. Next 5 days, so this is going to include Monday and Tuesday. So we'll just zero in on Monday and Tuesday, and you can see 1/10 of an inch, maybe 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch down to the south. Then we'll throw in Wednesday, Thursday, and less rain. So the best chance of rain here will be Monday into Tuesday, less of a chance Wednesday and Thursday, perhaps adding another 1/100 of an inch. And the totals again, about a 1/10 of an inch to a 1/2 inch of rainfall. Drought index that came out on Thursday has drought to the west, but nothing here in East Texas. And even at that, it is moderate to extreme drought. We're trying to erase some of that exceptional drought. All right, Saturday, winds will be out of the east generally at about 5 to 10 miles an hour, gusting at times up close to 15 miles an hour. Your high temperatures will be in the mid-80s at Pittsburgh and in parts of Titus County, Mount Pleasant up to 85, 87 at Longview and Tyler, 87 at Henderson and Jacksonville. Also see highs around 86 at Palestine. Over deep East Texas, highs will also be in the mid-80s. Here's your Bill Scott White, Texas Spine Joint Hospital 10-day forecast. So upper 80s through the weekend and dry, then scattered late storms on Memorial Day, scattered thunderstorms Tuesday. June arrives with a little more warmth. 88 Thursday, 90 on Friday with isolated thunderstorms, and those will carry over into the first weekend of June. Thanks for watching CBS 19 Plus. Have a safe Memorial Day weekend.